I think I've successfully calmed down a little bit. Like, really, I feel like this trial is not a crazy trial, but it really is one trial where the evidence keeps changing all the time, like constantly, which like can be a bit discombobulating, and intentionally so. I haven't seen your guys' comments about it, but I just one of those times I'm genuinely so excited to have a conversation with you guys about it as well in the comment section. But let's talk to Lamaroa again. And by the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Orman. This is my first ever playthrough of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. It pains me to deeply to call you before us again this way, and yet I must. Yeah, we have to. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny is it that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world? So you are? Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I came Lamaroa. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamaroa. I see. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial there for it. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate that this crime had no direct witness. So you knew all this time? Now Lamaroa must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive you. Can I look up the definition of witness really quickly? 1 second. Just so we're clear. Just so I'm clear, okay? Apparently I was watching a YouTube short in between videos. A person who sees an event. Okay, that's fair enough. But still, you don't have to have riddles about it, you know what I mean? This is something that, this is like she is blind. Right? You don't need to make a riddle out of it. Like it's just tell her she's blind, you know? It never was my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? But like, I really feel like a witness though as well. Like, yes, seeing an event, but I think the definition could change to like be like if she heard a voice or heard someone say something, that could be applicable. Like, so I don't think it was too bad. But then again, the music was blaring, wasn't it? That's one of the things they're going to say as well. Yes, of course. Though I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. The thing is, for me, like, the pretending to be blind thing, right? Okay? Like, this is clearly something they did for publicity. This is clearly something that they did. They mentioned it, that they thought it would be, like, something that would be very mysterious, the blind pianist. I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, one of the things that, like, people have talked about for years with, you know, one of the greatest singers who ever lived, top 3 singers of all time. I'd put him in top 2 maybe even, is Stevie Wonder, who is absolutely fantastic. But one of the things that, like, you know, I feel like a lot of the reasons why, like, originally, you know, at least the way my parents talk about them, the added to his mystique was like, this man's blind. And not only is, like, he a great pianist, he's one of the greatest of all time, you know? While now I feel like it's more just like a thing of like, yes, they have this thing that is different about them. Yes, there is something about them that, yes, they are blind, but that doesn't mean they can't live a fulfilling life. You know what I mean? So we shouldn't be shocked all the time when they do something, you know, that's absolutely incredible. There's a person, you know, I knew when I was a kid. He used to do like marathons and he was blind. And it's like, you know, I feel like that when I was a kid, it was like, holy crap, that's incredible. That's like the most amazing thing ever. But even he, you know, the way he talks about it, he just lives his normal life and he wants, that's what it is. It's not, there's no way, it's not about not being able to live a fulfilling life. You can still live a fulfilling life, even though you're blind. You know what I mean? Like every time they do a freaking, you know, press up, you don't have to be there going, oh my God, you know, it's like, yeah, they're living their lives. That's what they're doing. That's what a person who's blind is doing. I have no memory of the light. Okay. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. I feel like pressing these statements would be very mean. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. But then again, we have to find out the stuff. My producer came up with this PR line before he knew this. Okay. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Wait, even Mr. Lataus? But this is a murder trial. I apologize, it was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would. She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Yes, 100% she did. But she also did lie to us and say that she heard a lot of stuff too. You know, she lied. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? By the way, when I'm talking about this stuff here, I want to make it clear. The stuff where like it gets frustrating and it's like, oh my god, why are they lying? Why are they saying this? That's the fun part of this game as well. It's not just about like everything can't be sunshine and roses, then it wouldn't be an interesting game, you know? You know what I mean? I'd like to cross-examine. What is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it was better we let you get out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well, the defense may proceed. So is this a common theme they're going to be talking about through the entire game? Where it's like, or at least maybe his entire journey of thinking for himself. I don't want to think for myself. I want Trucy to think for me as well. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Here's the thing. I totally get that it's stressful. Like, I totally get people feel different ways about it and stuff like this. But the fact is, she is a witness in this court. She is a witness. And she lied about her testimony before. She lied about hearing something in the courtroom, in that room. She lied about seeing the gunshot and seeing all this stuff. I really feel like we should be able to question her in the same manner we question anybody. Personally. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. See, the thing is, like, I don't want to press this, but maybe we'll press this. Perhaps your music reminded me of the Borginian scenery? No, it was quite the opposite. The opposite? According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality. Global? Multicultural, if you will. Hard to pin down to one region. Okay. When the people listen to it, they picture the country closest to their hearts. Which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story. It sounds like this producer might have known what he was doing after all. My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painters are the listeners. So it's like, okay, you interpret the music in whatever way you want, and that's the real art. Okay. When I think of that, I do not mind how I am represented to the world so much. Yet one thing quickly led to another. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could not see. Everyone on my staff knew of the course, but no others. So does this even mean Mr. Lataus as well? Mr. Lataus? Who... See, he did call her a witness. When you say your staff, you include Mr. Lataus. Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defenseman. Let me have one thing, Javier. Let me have one thing. Mama says I can have one thing. You're thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. He's alive. Mr. Lataus, can you hear me? Cold, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Can't see. He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about... Lamaroa. Hang in there, Mr. Lataus. Tell me, who was the witness? He's saying the witness... So I thought he was going like, witness, I can't see. The witness is Siren. So he thought she could still see, so she was still there. She was still there. Mr. Lataus asked me to ask the witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There's no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. He's right. Javier is right about this. The witness Siren? We've heard that many times along with our little play acting by our defense. Remember them well myself, but the statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Yes, can't see. The witness can't see. I thought, and this whole time I thought he was talking about like, oh, I can't see. That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. Yeah, I thought he was. I actually thought he was. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Maybe if you gave all the facts in this court from the start. Yes, 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 yes. Man, I'm sorry. Incredible style, incredible character, great smile. Would be kicked out of my court long ago. Ugh. Whoville looking face here. Order, order. Recall Lemuro's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But you couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Lataus' witness heard through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really didn't hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice. Wait, did she say she didn't or did hear them? Did, yes, okay. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. It's a gun shop, bro. We've already run a simulation, of course. Are you serious? It was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I know... Whose voice? Whose voice? What is it, bailiff? Can you see we're in a session here? We have the results back for the investigation. The investigation? Oh, the Interpol number that Mr. Lataus left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards. Detective Crescent, your report, please. Oh no. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Daryan. Well, tell us about the number. It is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered on the number was Romain Lataus. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Lataus himself. He was Put your head back there, please. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Lataus was an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lamoureux's manager was just a cover, most likely. Yeah. So once again, the evidence is flipped on its head. And I know like this happens in other trials, but like I don't think it's ever happened this quickly in Beats. Like in the space of like 2 hours, we've had like at least 30 changes in like what the situation is and what the facts are. Like in significant, gigantic ways. There's one important detail I found. Well, out with it. The .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon, apparently belonged to Romain Lataus. What? Wait, so it's its own gun. His own gun. How's someone gonna wrestle the gun off him? He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. What? See, again, everything, like, and I'm talking, like, in every single trial, the evidence changes beat by beat, right? Every single testimony, something is added to the trial, or something changes, right? I feel like in this trial, every single time someone opens their mouth, the whole case gets turned on its head. Which, by the way, again, like, I have to restate, because, like, you know, the frustration, the sadness, the honesty, the brutality, the love, the sorrow, all of this is what makes these games awesome. It is all great. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover OP operation. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's got to tie in somehow, you think? Yes, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it. Wait. So is Lamoureux something the matter? That voice just now. She heard... Daryan? Was it Daryan, is it? It was him. I'm sure of it. Yes, my gal. Yes. You aren't saying... That voice I heard talking to Mr. Lataus. when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Daryan. Again, everything has changed so quickly. What? No way. I am sweating buckets. I'm sweating buckets right now. This whole trial is insane. The coroner fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one right in the middle of the court from a other agent who is getting evidence for the court. Lamore fingering Daryan Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he is a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lamora heard? I'm willing to believe her. Things were changing fast and frankly I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no mimic out now, Apollo. You're right, Trucy. My gal, Trucy. Oh, I'm sweating buckets. Everything changes every 2 minutes, and it's awesome. It's so cool. Oh, you only get like a 10 save files? Fair enough. That's fair enough. Let's go. Okay. So I can't make a prediction of what happened yet. Because first of all, I still think we should have talked about the boy being able to carry a body. That to me is a big deal. That to me is a massive deal. July 9th, 12 p.m. Right, well, they're probably going to bring it up later. 12 p.m. Right Anything Agency. Hey, Apollo. What? Well, actually, nothing. What's up? No, tell us what's wrong. Tell us what's wrong. We have to stay calm in these situations. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it. The suspense is giving me an ulcer. Well, the trial today, I was thinking. If you gave it a score, what would you give it? Our performance or the trial itself? Score? Gee. I guess I would, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly. Maki avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say if any less confused. I mean, yes, I agree. I'm so glad they're saying this because I feel the same way. It's a very vague case now. And everything feels up in the air. There's in my mind, everything's getting jumbled together as well. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. IPX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Lataus. And the victim, Mr. Lataus. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea how he was what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamador told us told our court. Wait, that voice just now. It's actually a really sick reveal though, isn't it? Like her being like, no, I know this voice. I know it. It was him. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Lataus when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Daryan. It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I mean, yeah. I'm with her as well. I think that the mystery of it's going to be fun about it. That's the greatest thing about this, I think. I don't... Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Some top secret mission, he said. Top secret? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. And you got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine, right. Well, time's a wasting. As they say, let's investigate. That's the spirit. Having Trucy here is such an uplifting feeling. She is, and it's not just like, oh, she's a girl and she's a girl. I really feel like she is like the Susato or the Mia, or the Maya, sorry, or herself. Now, again, they're very different as characters, in my opinion. Like, they're very different. But I really feel as though one of the best traits is the fact that they're so good to be around and they keep you going, and they're just, their smile keeps you going, man. Like, it just really does keep you going. Are we going to examine this place again, or are we all examined out? We can examine it again? Are we going to get different dialogue? A strange split box leers at me from the wall. No matter how many times I see that there, it still strikes me as odd. Really? I guess I've gotten used to it after growing up with it all around the house. What kind of home did you grow up in? I'd hide there when I'd play hide and seek. You just get in and slide the sections around and you're impossible to find. I bet you would be. I bet you would be. Yeah, there's a little silk hat. That's one of those hats you pull things out of, right? Of course, my hat's like a little universe, bigger on the inside than the outside. That reminds me of a sci-fi show I used to watch. Incidentally, my pocket is a little universe too, and my panties, and I get the idea. Actually, I think, is he talking about Doctor Who? Because like in Doctor Who, he goes into what do they call it? The letterbox. It's a letterbox. David Tennant goes into the letterbox and he goes, "Aliens, stop right now!" And the Daleks go, "Whoop whoop." It's a TARDIS. I know it's a TARDIS. Actually, Doctor Who toys were always really cool to me. I never watched Doctor Who, but I always thought the toys were deadly. They're so cool. Well, how about some tea? Here you go. Thanks. That's nice. But this is not the time to be drinking tea. That's right. We have to get investigating. It's always time for drinking tea. Tea helps me think. Well, that was a close call. We almost relaxed. Oh, Trucy. We almost relaxed. For me, I drink tea in the morning. I drink tea at night. I drink tea while I'm editing. I drink tea after dinner. Those are my favorite times to drink tea. There are several books of magics mixed in with legal books on the shelves. I dusted them recently. Nothing like a gleam of clean books. Trucy has nothing to say about that? No clues here. Okay, so they're kind of like, okay, come on. No clues here. How's your magic act coming along? Yes, take an interest in your sister. Well, I'm working on my cups and balls routine. Is that the one where the ball moves around from one cup onto the other? That's right, the very same. Here, watch. First, I put one of these cups over the ball, then I snap my fingers. Ta-da! The ball's under the other cup. It's not there. Watch me pull somebody out of my magic panties. Nice try. Honestly, guess I know what I'll be doing tonight. Practicing. You can be my audience, Apollo. Sure. You love it though, man. The thing is though, like I feel like Apollo, while he gets annoyed sometimes at like being around Trucy and Wright, I think the companionship is really nice. You know what I mean? Sometimes the people you love annoy you the most. A faded photograph showing one of Trucy's favorite magicians. She talks to her daily for good luck, I hear. Ah, I almost forgot. I hope I become a famous grand magician, and I hope Apollo becomes an ace attorney. There, all done. I suppose if you're going to talk to an inanimate object, the photo isn't so bad. That's really sweet of her. That's really sweet of her. I guess we're gonna have to move. Oh, should we talk to her as well? Yeah, Daryan did it. That's really sweet of Trucy to say that. Lamadora dropped a bomb in the court today. It was crazy. It was a crazy moment. It's one of those moments that you'll remember forever in the Ace Attorney franchise. It was Daryan. Lamadora said she never forgotten a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's what they're called. Sure, we'll go with that. Somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong. This time. Wrong? Why? I mean, look. Those gunshots are right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Right. Did you happen to look on the stage? The fact that Trucy was just dancing with the standees is so sweet. She's the sweetest gal in the world. Maybe. Maybe a Daryan even? You bet I did. He is one of the Gavineers' guitarists after all. He's so cool. Oh. Right. All the Gavineers have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. House backstage. But Lamadora heard him, didn't she? She heard Daryan backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly here. That's a good point. Well, the thing is, like, for me, because I played 4 other Ace Attorney games, I am now at the point where I get to a stage where, like, I believe people and I believe them with all my heart, right? But I have been wrong in this game thus far. So there's always, like, you know, it's okay to doubt yourself sometimes. For me, I trust what she's saying, and I do not think Maki did it. Could we be wrong? Yes. Do I want to be wrong? Never. Agent Latus. An Interpol agent, I was wondering, what is the Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol? They're the guys who catch international criminals. Why can't they just call them international police instead? I'm making up some silly name. Interpol is literally, I think it's literally the short word for international police. Yeah, anyway, you think he was investigating Lamadora? What? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. This is... Okay. This is where I take TRUCY'S word for it, because she actually is very good at catching out, like, frauds. Because, in a way, as a performer, whether you're a comedian or you're a dancer, you are, like, someone who's trying to tell a story that's a lie on stage. In some way. You know? If only were that easy. In any case, we know he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that had something to do with, something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean. Maybe? Something like that. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Lithouse up to? TRUCY. Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like this. What is... Is this the... We haven't heard a laugh like that. Is this just Mr. Gavin doing a weird laugh? By the way, Mr. Hat, bring him out whenever you want, TRUCY. You can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like this? It's this guy!
Whenever the mundane gives away to the miracles, a word is whispered. Grammary.
Hey, the other day, and the music as well. Who's there? I was genuinely thinking there, like, who is this laughing right now? Like, it couldn't be him, right? We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly.
We meet again.
Nice to meet you. Who are you? And could you please stop smirking like that? He was also in the stadium at the time of the murder. And he has a brooch as well. It's you, Uncle Valent? Uncle Valent, he's your uncle? What? No, silly. It's the great Grammaria. I'm gonna try and pronounce this. Grammaria. Valent Grammaria. The Grand Magician. What?
Yes, it is I, the great Valent Grammaria, as seen on television.
And could you please stop smirking like that?
It's been a while, Miss TRUCY. 7 years to be exact. My, how you've grown.
Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same. What is... This is your uncle? Or maybe it's Uncle only in name?
I ain't to intrude, but... What is the great magician doing?
What is the great magician doing paying us a visit?
I believe it was you who wished to see me.
Wished?
So be quick with your questions.
Well, he was there.
I do not quake or quiver. I'm quite tame. Though my stardom may sear the sight, I'm quite down to earth when need calls.
He does have a certain aura to him, it's true. Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. He was there. His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. TRUCY, whatever you want will do. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. Truly, TRUCY is fantastic at like she's this fantastic girl who like gets so caught up in like the stardom and like the pageantry, because that's what she wants as well. After all, Uncle Valent's on one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. What? Daddy? You mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real daddy. Oh no. Okay. TRUCY's real father? Yes, we had to know this. Like the only reason we had to know this is because, like, 33 and 15, you know? It doesn't add up. We knew Phoenix at the time. What? Okay, let's go. Troop Grammaria. Wait, Apollo. And TRUCY, by the way, TRUCY doesn't have to tell us about this until she wants to. That's her choice. Don't tell me you don't know who the troop... I don't know who they are, TRUCY. I'm sorry. Troop Grammary? Grammary. Huh? No, so Grammary. But it does sound kind of familiar.
Oh, lost life, lamentably listen, lad. Do not know the greatest troop of magicians on the planet? Valiant Grammary.
The name began to surface in my mind. It was the name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard the name. He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. What? Oh, and he made all those gold disappear from the safe. And then he escaped from a high-security prison. You said he's a magician?
I opened the locks to hearts, chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of the troop Grammary.
Wait, What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else, like a duo? A duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something Gramarye.
Yes. Zach Gramarye. A masterful maker of magic, a capable crafter of shining showmanship.
You okay? Is that your dad? That would make sense then. Trucy, you don't have to say anything until you want to, but I'm here if you need it. Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy. Oh no, yeah. Oh no way. Trucy's father. Maybe we ask Trucy about this first?
Once upon a time, Troop Gramarye included 2 Grand Magicians. Myself, Valen Gramarye, and my partner, Zach Gramarye.
And this Zach was... He was my real daddy. Trucy's father, a magician? I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. There can be that feeling, kind of. It's like, okay, now that it's over, let's not talk about it. I'm always like that when it comes to people who pass on as well. Kind of. It's not always the healthiest thing in the world, but like I feel like Trucy's, it's gonna be hard for Trucy to come to terms with it, especially since she's so young. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. Yeah, your dad. Your dad, Phoenix. And you make me laugh, Apollo. Oh. I'm dying. Glad I'm good for comic relief at least. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. Yeah, he's not really around, is he? That's the sweetest thing Trucy's ever said. I'm so sorry.
I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit.
Reasons?
2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy.
You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valent. She's such a sweetheart. It's not even funny. She's such a sweetheart.
I'm sure you are.
Not one for modesty, are you? Look at his outfit.
When I encountered you at the Colosseum the first time in 7 years, I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans, and to learn you now defend that poor pianist, the blinded boy. 'Twas a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did.
Oh. Well, it wasn't all my doing. It was. She did everything. She was great. She was fantastic. I'm his defense attorney, actually, but Trucy gave so much information. She was so good at it.
My other reason for coming here today was this.
Blue tape? That's a videotape.
Quite so. A recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Gramarye. Will you watch it?
We're just watching it right now. Locomotive mushroom people sitting around all day. Who can believe you? Interesting. The drummer and the guitarist are in the dark. So is that what they're trying to say? Is that what you're trying to give us information? There's a stair lift, by the way, the scissor lift thing that was lifted up, where we found the body. By the way, it makes perfect sense, by the way, why Trucy now wears that outfit all the time. I think she is clinging on to the past quite a bit, just like Phoenix saw quite was. Look, there's a spark in the guitar. Did you see that? Did you see this? Someone's shining a light on it. Did you see that? This is the cheesiest part of the performance, by the way. Cheesy as heck. They should be arrested. So we saw this performance. This is the exact performance we saw before. But it's something different? Okay, wow. It's almost as good as when it was live. So what's the word? Mysterious? There are more mysterious things in her song going on. Way more mysterious.
This Valen Gramarye is reason to be here today.
What's also funny about like Trucy is that like I feel like Trucy's very good at just talking to like weird and wonderful people because she in the best way possible is a weird and wonderful person, you know? But I wonder what his reasons were to be at the concert. Yeah, that's important, I suppose. But now we have a copy of the concert itself. Can we talk about anything else? Can we present this to you again so you can tell us why you're at the concert? So I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there. Yeah, of course, these guys would know. I didn't see a stunt. Wait, what? No, they're going to think it's actual magic? What about Lamar vanishing and reappearing? Oh, that, I guess I'm so used to seeing that happen, I didn't even notice. So young to be so jaded. I mean, she knows the tricks of the trade. A simple sleight of hand, petite prestidigitation. I love the cane. A modicum of magic from me to you. So that's why you were at the concert. You did the special effects? I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it is all done. Of course I am, like a deity with the stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent primeval power I possess. Well, do you think you could tell me how it was done? Hey now, Trucy's gonna take big offense to this. Trucy? That's like totally against the rules, Apollo. Not during a murder investigation, it's not. May none for my illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that terrible occurrence happened later. Well after my illusion entranced the audience. Oh. Don't even ask, I won't answer. Too bad for you, Apollo. She's so happy about that as well. Too bad, Apollo. Whose side are you on? She's on the side of magic. That's who she's on the side of. I've found a grammary, now make my leave, Miss Trucy. There's no need to rush, Uncle Valent. You should stay a while. I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with the analysis, and so I shall sink back to the scene. So you'll be at the concert venue today? Correct. If you'll call on me, come to the Coliseum. See you later, crocodile. Yes. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out through the door. Great character, by the way, normally. Turned around. Okay, see ya. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let us get cracking. Right. Valent Gramarye. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made Lamar disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. So, do you want to talk about anything else, or are you good? She's good. She seems to be good. What if you present her the tape as well? What do you think about this? I'm not sure about that. Sorry. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. No, that's fine. I don't want her to talk about her dad unless it seems to something that still upsets her. And like seeing, that's one of the things that happens is like, so I say we can go here to see the boys, so we might go here first. I say seeing her uncle is a combination of like happiness and sadness, because it's like, oh, like there's my uncle, oh my god, and then it's like, wait, I remember my dad. Which isn't the nicest thing in the world. Maki might not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. But they don't have any decisive evidence, so that blue writing isn't just talking to himself, it seems that he is talking quietly. Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room. Right, the air vent. And he lied. Lied? Maki Tobe can see. Let's see those lovely eyes. He must have, like if you're hiding them, he must have Gojo eyes or something. Ah, Maki. Speak of the devil. He looks like he's doing okay. I forget, why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything. Words are overrated. Feelings are what matters, Apollo. Words like violence break the silence. Come crashing into my little world. Painful to me, pierce right through me. Yes, I agree, Trucy. It's kind of hard to build a court case on feelings, but I do feel like it's good to show up to know, hey, we're still here, we're still working on it, buddy. We're going to work on this, okay? I feel like that's okay, right? But since we're here, anyway, might as well get what I want to say off my chest. If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen. I think she's actually worried for me. Of course she is, like, we're brother and sister at this stage. Oh, we still have to talk to him. See, like, yeah, even if he can't talk back to us and he can't understand us, I feel like him seeing us here today will be good. You know? It'll be good for him. The trial today. So, what did you think of the trial today? Phew. I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial, of course. And he didn't even get a chance to defend himself. Hey, all's well that ends well. You have to be more goalie orientated. If he's innocent, we win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Maki might not understand English, but I bet he gets that better than you do. True, 100%, because it's him. It's him that's on the you know, it is being defended. Of course he understands this. Oh. So we can perceive something? So maybe we have to present the bracelet? We'll present it after this, I suppose. I'm glad Lamarora testified. What a great person. She even got Maki off the hook by naming another suspect. Daryan of the Gaviniers, the detective. I wonder if Maki knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all. If no one told him there was a new suspect, how would he know? So that's it there again. What is it, Apollo? No, it's nothing. So maybe we can dwell deeper into his mind with this. I must be imagining it. Dude. Imagining what, Apollo? It's just, I couldn't help but feel that, I don't know. Maki. He doesn't understand what we're saying, right? How could he? He's a young Borginian. He doesn't speak English. Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him. Maybe it's a malfunction? Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad? Maki lied about not being able to see. But what if it's that's not all he lied about? If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him. I think it'll take some time to something big to get him some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Maki. I do want to press the third one anyway. So Maki, you can see, right? This poor boy. Maki can see and Lamarora can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Paul, I don't think we're going to get any information out of Maki. Which makes sense. Yeah, I guess it does. That's fair enough. Trucy was very responsible there. She did a very good job. I guess we're going to the Coliseum. That's where we're going next. Wow, look at the outside. It's actually really cool. Live tour. Guilty as charged, guilty as charged. All the people waiting outside. One second here. I forget to... July 9th, Sunshine Coliseum. I think I forgot to read it twice. What a great day. It's perfect weather for sleuthing. Yeah, Trucy. Trucy gets it. The weather matters for an investigation? Don't Sundays just feel like magic days or defense days? Sure. Let's get started, shall we? I love that he's gotten to the point now where he stopped questioning her and he's just like, hey, let's go, Trucy. Right on. Show us your stuff, Apollo. What stuff? Your voice training. This is a perfect place for it. I did enough at home, thanks. See, that's the thing. He can call her weird sometimes. Apollo is just as weird for standing at home shouting practice, doing shouting practice, I guess. Not that that's weird bad. Some things are weird good. Oh, there's no need to be shy. Keep that up and you'll never make it on the big stage. I'm happy in the courtroom, thank you, I'm a lawyer. Then you're in luck because it's a lawyer weather today. Don't you just want to face the blue sky and shout objection? She really wants this. Look, the weather has nothing to do with lawyers. Let's get going already. Did he want us to examine stuff here? Oh my god. Big examination here. Sunshine Coliseum sure is living up to its name today. It's huge. And Mr. Gavin got to play on that enormous stage. I'm so jealous. Someday I'll fight my first battle on the stage. Battle? Well, yeah, it's a Coliseum, isn't it? They don't do gladiatorial contests at these places anymore, Trucy. Really? I had no idea. Wonder why they stopped. Sometimes I worry about her. She just wants... God forbid a girl have hobbies. God forbid a girl want to see a man get eaten by a lion. God forbid. God forbid. Look, a massive sign for the Guilty as Charged tour. A giant prosecutor Gavin stares out over the arena. Well, maybe I could take it to the office when they're done with it. Where would you put it? You couldn't even get that thing through the front door. Then I'll put it outside. I better be good for business. Just as long as no one comes expecting us to prosecute. Well, if anyone comes looking for a concert, leave it to me. Is this some part of Twisted Plan of hers to make her singing debut, to wonder? If that's the case, we'll support her. We'll support her. Trucy's our little sister at this stage. If she burns down someone's house, we're going to say, well, your house burnt her hands. That's what happened. You burnt her hands. So don't be starting this. What's that creature there? Oh, that's the police mascot, the blue badger. It's life-size. Haven't you seen them around town patrolling the streets? Yes, now even Law and Order has a mascot. I'd run from that thing even if it wasn't a criminal. Why does its head wobble like that when it walks? It's freaky. I don't think you're showing true blue badger spirit, Apollo. I don't think so either. I don't think I am either. Whoa, that's the guy. That guy's in a yellow shirt. Yellow shirt. Oh, look at the guy with the dog. And there's people having a picnic, handing it to the little girl. There's a blimp. Look, a blimp. Those balloons next to it have sponsors ads on them. Let's see. Big sale. All shirts 50% off. It's an ad for the department store next door. Okay, cool. So there's advertising for this too. Okay, so I guess we're going to Backstage Hallway. Who are we going to meet here? July 9th, Backstage Hallway. Oh. Mr. Attorney. Of course, she's not been arrested. She hasn't been accused of any crime. So she can't be arrested, yeah. Why would she? You know? Lamaror. I'm sorry about today. There's nothing you need to apologize for. You were merely defending Maki. Yeah. Are you okay? Alone, I mean? Humans are blessed with 5 senses. Even robbed of one, we get by. Exactly. 100%. You know? She's, again, like we're saying, she's just living her freaking life, man. You know? But I think it makes sense. I think it's okay for Trucy to ask that question, right? If Lamaror is okay with it, of course. To be like, hey, you know, how are you going to cope or whatever? How are you going to do this? And then she can be like, well, this happens, this is how it works. Though it does make it being a witness rather difficult. Speaking of scene, you knew you were you knew who we were before we were spotted, you know? And we weren't even talking. I heard your footsteps several times the day before. Oh? You must have great ears. Ears that heard the crime taking place. Or so she claimed yesterday, but how? If she can recognize the sound of our footsteps, I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she could probably hear voices as well. That was quite a statement you made in court today about hearing Daryan's Krasen's voice at the scene of the crime. I didn't know his name, but I never forget a voice. It was an incredible moment, and really incredible moment. Lamaror, is something the matter? That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. No way. He thought no one could suspect him. I think there's something big going on here, of course. As I said in court, I was on my way backstage from the stage. That is when I heard this voice. I'm guessing Daryan and Mr. Lataus were talking about something. The next moment I heard the gunshots. Why didn't you call security? To be honest though, the noise was quite frightening. I never imagined the gunshots might be real. And I was in quite a hurry myself. I left the scene at once. So it really was Daryan's voice that she heard. Yeah. At least she certainly thinks it was. I believe her. I met Maki before my debut as Lamarora. I was singing in a restaurant in Borginia. I was playing the piano? Yes. He was very kind to me. And he learned I could not see. Is that when you started playing opposites? With Maki pretending he couldn't see? Oh no, it wasn't then. That began after our major debut. After I became known as a landscape painter in sound. It must have been tough for Maki. Pretending he couldn't see. And all the while acting as your eyes. We held hands always. He would write down with his finger in his palm to signal to me things I should know. He is a smart and gentle boy. He seems that way. I think I see what she's getting at. Maki would never harm a soul. I agree. I saw genuine sadness and fear in that kid. That day when we went to visit him. About Mr. Lataus. I guess he was an Interpol agent, I hear. So you had no idea? Of course not. No one did. I guess that's what it means to be undercover. But someone was after him. They had to know who he really was. Why did he pose as my manager? I do not understand. So she didn't even know this at all, yeah. You have no idea? I can only assume that he was investigating me, but why? What makes you think that? Perhaps it is not so, but I cannot deny the possibility. Because of my condition. As my present is veiled in darkness, so too is my past clouded but from memory. Clouded, right. The darkness that I fear is not the darkness that I see whenever I open my eyes. The real darkness lies in my heart. In your heart? I have no memory of the time before I came Lamaroa. I woke from darkness into darkness, you might say. I was singing in a restaurant those days. What was it she said about not being able to remember the light? I do not know my past. Perhaps I committed some terrible crime in my past. Everything before becoming Lamaroa is lost to me. But I don't think you... I can't think of no other explanation. Why else would an agent of Interpol approach me? Do you think your past might be related to this case? If he was like trying to find out about Daryan, wouldn't he like this be the perfect way to get to him? A concert with the guitar player? No way, that seems really unlikely to me. I mean, you're such a sweet person, Lamaroa. Thank you. Maki too tells me this often. I fear who I might have been. Here's the thing though, right? I totally get that she's afraid. 100%. But I genuinely believe her. I have this feeling where it's like, there's no way she could be telling a lie to me, right now at the very least. Is there any more explanation for this stuff around here? That would be the Blue Badger, the police mascot. There's a guy outside in a giant Blue Badger costume lumbering about. He stands out even more than those Gavin Ear posters. It's all the same. He's the band's mascot too, you know. I can't picture Prosecutor Gavin going for that kind of thing. Neither can I. I bet there's a story there just waiting to be told. Well, for a rock band to choose a police mascot as their mascot is crazy. For me. I'm thirsty, Apollo. Want something to drink? Get whatever you want. Whatever you want, you get. How about this one? A Steel Samurai Soda, now in real steel flavor. So we've read this before. Here, my treat. This isn't, yeah, we've already read this before. Okay, so they're repeating. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's all repeating. Can I present some to you maybe? No, I don't think so. Should we move? We can move to a number of different places. Let's go in order. So the Gavanier's dressing room first. Doesn't look like there's anything different here unless Trucy has something else to say. No clues here. Okay, okay. Nothing has really changed about it. Okay. We could try the actual scene where everything went down, which would be here. Nothing here either. I imagine then it would be the stage is the only other place. Yes, July 9th in the wings. And guys, we're going to end the video there. We're going to come back in the next one and figure out what's going on here. This has been a crazy case, but I've actually like really enjoyed myself in this game. Like really, it's just like a really, it's a game that flows by so quickly. It flies by. And I love doing these kind of visual novel stuff. And I thank you so much, guys, for all the support in these videos. And I thank you to the Can Never Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon of Typharo2, JB Bull, Johnny the Banana, Normal Kara, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Yuled, Radish, Fruity, Orange Bank, Summer Oasis, Death Trap, Anusta, Ciabatta Bread, and Malcolm Kunde. I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.